At it again, and we've got to talk about the left being absolute hypocrites. They cannot get away with this stuff, because if what I'm about to show you, if a Republican did it, it would be major news. It would be major news. So we have to call these folks out on this. We cannot let this slide. Absolutely not. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you are new. And in this first clip that we're about to be diving into, it is from the Bill Myers show. So I can't show the actual video, but I can play the audio. So you'll hear the audio, and the audio is from Donna Brazile, who used to be like a chairwoman of the Democratic Party or something along those lines. And she made a wild statement that needs to be called out. So with that being said, let's dive in.
And Vivek needs to just shut the hell up and go home. I'm tired of
We all hate Vivek. Okay. It's Vivek.
Vivek. Well, whatever.
Not that I have...
Vivek.
Whatever. Would you say that about other
Donna,
ethnic?
I'm Donna. Vivek. Is it Vivek Ramaswamy? Ramaswamy?
Ramaswamy.
Thank you so much. I learn so much when I come on this show.
I know, but...
Vivek needs to go home.
Look, I agree.
He runs it.
I just feel like there's something wrong with everybody refusing to learn to say his name.
Vivek.
I just feel there's a little racism there. There's just a little.
Okay. Vivek, I'll say it.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying. It's like, I know we don't like him, but just say his name right.
You're the first one I've ever heard say that.
I could be wrong. Maybe it's not Vivek.
Yeah, maybe
no, no, it is. It is Vivek, because I heard him do a rap and he said it rhymes with cake.
Okay, all right.
And this is what the CNN audience needs to know.
So yeah, there you heard Donna Brazile intentionally, in my humble opinion, mispronouncing his name. And you heard Bill even like step in and say, yeah, I feel like that's a bit racist there, because one thing that the Democrats do is they try to involve, all these types of isms and phobes into everything. If you don't agree with their far leftist ideas, you're an ism, a phobe, and this, and you guys have heard the whole nine. Like, those words almost mean absolutely nothing at this point. They've absolutely destroyed those words because of how much they use them. They just throw them out all over the place. Even, Democrat politicians, throw that stuff out. You heard Hillary Clinton, throw it all out at Trump once before. Like, phobe this, phobe that, ism this, ism that, it's just absolutely insane. But they need to be held accountable for saying doing some of the same things that they would say is racist. Because if that hadn't been a Republican on any type of show that was intentionally mispronouncing Kamala's name, right? People would be all up in an uproar about it. As a matter of fact, people have complained about Republicans not saying Kamala Harris's name correctly. So why is it okay that Democrats do it? Oh, I forgot. They're Democrats. Silly me. Of course, Democrats can do it, but Republicans can't. If a Republican does it, they're a horrible, terrible, no good, very bad person. But if a Democrat does it, it was justified. And that leads me to this next clip I'm about to show you guys, which is a clip of Jen Psaki, or from the Jen Psaki show, with Rep. Dan Goldman. And he makes a interesting statement that, I'll just let you guys hear the clip. Check it out.
I want to also turn to Trump, of course, and just some of what the reporting has been around some of his conversations. Also, as we anticipate a year full of trials next year, I want to take a listen to part of a conversation that he had with ABC's Jonathan Karl about January 6th and get your thoughts on the other end.
You told them you were going to go up to the Capitol. Were you just...
I was going to, and the Secret Service said, you can't. And then by the time I would have, and then when I got back, I wanted to go back. I was thinking about going back during the problem to stop the problem, doing it myself. Secret Service didn't like that idea too much.
So
And
what?
I could have done that, and you know what? I would have been very well received.
So there's been so much speculation, contemplation, discussion of what Trump wanted to do, what he knew or didn't know. I mean, do you think as a prosecutor, former prosecutor, this is something that could be useful in the case against Trump? How will it be used?
Yeah, well, I mean, look, he says I would be well received because he knows that the people who were there are his supporters who he riled up and incited to invade and riot at the Capitol and try to.
Explain to me how he did that, first off. Nowhere did he say break in. Not one time. I mean, if he did, show me. Because this is one of the talking points that the Democrats always love. Oh, those were his people and he riled them up and blah, blah. When? Where? What did he say? Explain it. Show me the video. Show me the video. We've all got phones, so I'm sure there's some type of video evidence out there somewhere. It has to be. Have you guys noticed? They've never, ever shown us the video of Trump actually doing that or actually saying that. Never have they shown us any type of video footage. And they really didn't, they didn't even want to show us all the video footage of J6. They didn't even want to show us all that. But that's not even the craziest statement that this, never mind, I'm going to be polite, that this gentleman makes during this interview. Let's continue.
Disrupt the proper counting of the Electoral College votes. So every time he talks, he's putting himself into a bigger criminal hole. That's not his objective. His objective is purely political at this point. Politics don't work in a courtroom, as I think he's finding out in the New York Attorney General's case in New York, a civil case, and that's going to continue in his criminal trials. But his rhetoric is really getting dangerous, more and more dangerous. And we saw what happened on January 6th when he uses inflammatory rhetoric now, and his recent Truth Social post is incredibly scary for anyone that might be trying to work in government. And it is just unquestionable at this point that man cannot see public office again. He is not only unfit, he is destructive to our democracy, and he has to be eliminated.
Oh, his rhetoric, Trump's rhetoric is dangerous, but you literally just said a presidential candidate, the leading Republican presidential candidate, and the leading overall candidate currently, you just said he must be eliminated with zero explanation as to what you meant by that. But wait, if a Republican said that though, if a Republican said that, just literally, just exchange the name for Biden, it would be major news. As a matter of fact, I think a Republican should say it. A Republican should repeat exactly what he just said. Just flip the names. Just flip the names. That's what Republicans should be doing. Everything wild that Democrats say, Republicans should come out and say the exact same thing and watch the media go nuts and then call them out because literally they just said the exact same thing. Like, for example, and I always bring this one up because it's just so fresh in my memory. Like, I'll never forget when Maxine Waters basically called for the harassment of individuals because she didn't like them. Nobody batted an eye. Nobody said anything, right? But as soon as a Republican says anything like that, oh my goodness, it's the end of the world. Republicans are calling for violence. But what about Maxine Waters? Did you guys ever say anything to her? Because last time I checked, you didn't. So it's cool if a Democrat does it, but it's a problem and a half if a Republican does it. Double standard. So once again, when Republicans were saying there's two tiers and there's a double standard, and you guys tried to say Republicans are crazy because blah, 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 bipartisan this, bipartisan that. That's also something that they like to use. Well, it was bipartisan because we had Liz Cheney. Yeah, okay. Bipartisan this, bipartisan that. So once again, Republicans have been proven correct. There is a double standard here because as you guys just saw in those two clips, you just watched Democrats do exactly what they've gone after Republicans for doing or saying. People have gone after some Republicans for mispronouncing Kamala Harris's name wrong. And literally, Jen Psaki was just going on a rant about Trump's rhetoric. and how terrible it is, and how it needs to be controlled. He's unhinged, and then you had this guy literally just say he needs to be eliminated. Explain that one to me. Explain that. It's all crap, man. Democrats are absolute hypocrites. Hypocrites. They are the biggest hypocrites, man. It's insane, and they have to be called out. So, y'all let me know what you thought about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.